Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a pair of fun earrings using some of the beads remaining from our April Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossoms. So let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, what we have here is a number of ball head pins, 12 to be exact, a couple of ear wires, a couple of little links of chain, a whole bunch of these twisted open jumprings, 2 rose quartz, and quite a few of the pink and gold glass beads, 5 for each side, and then a whole bunch of green peridot chips. One of these will be for this side, one for this side. Dun, dun. I'm not sure how many. Oops. And we also have some jumprings for putting things together, some regular oval jumprings. And I appear to have bounced one of them into the bunch. So we'll have to get those out. But anyway, we'll just sort of divide these up. Okay, there's one. It can go over there. So then we'll need 6 of these for each side. And I'll probably need some more of the decorative jumprings, and that's fine because I've got them right here beside me, so I can pick them up whenever I want. And then we also have 2 3 3/4 inch pieces of 18 gauge wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a loop, and then we're going to hook various things onto here. I'm going to show you in just a moment what I'm meaning. So we're just going to take our round one and go wherever we feel like it on it and bring it around until we make a loop. Okay, you can see that the one is bigger than the other one, so we will have to wrap this one a little tighter now. And I probably have more of the more links of chain than I need. I probably only need about half of this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and roll a loop on one side, but on the other side we're going to start feeding some things in. But before I feed them in, I have to form what some of the stuff we're going to feed in. So that is going to be rose quartz and about 4 or 5 chips. That's 3. 4. Well, so then we'll go, I've just put 4 of the chips on here. I actually want to check and see how these are going to compare to each other, because I was only going to put 3 on the smaller ones. But I want to make sure that I'm not going to have a really, well, might be better to have the 5th. There. We'll do 2 more like this one with the pink and the green. Now these 5 are going to go across the bottom. This last one is why we want the little chain. It's going to dangle in the middle, and actually we may not even need the chain, as the case may be. As you can see, it's going to sit in there pretty good. I think we're just going to leave this middle one with 2, because I'm not even thinking we're going to need the chain. So we'll leave it with 2, put the chain aside, and of course our jump rings, we don't need those right yet. What we do need to do is to wrap these up. So we'll take them and wrap them like normal with a 90-degree bend. Then we just wrap them up like so. So put the big one in the bottom, wrap it around, drop it down, bring it over, straighten it up. We do this with all of them. Including the little one that's going to go into the center. And I did not bend that one, so we'll bend it right now. Whoop. There we go. Now we will wrap these up. Now when you're wrapping and tucking, be careful because these chips can break. They're a lot, actually it's a lot easier to break a chip than it is to break a bead. There's one. Now, these little ones are the side pieces, and then the big one with the rose quartz is going to dangle in the middle. Okay, now that we have these all wrapped up, we're going to our next step. So the next step is to wrap one of these. We're going to go with the littlest of our bells and just wrap it around in a circle. Come on, let loose. Okay, now that we've got that done, what we're going to do is we're going to take these decorative jumprings, and first we're going to make sure they're closed because some of them are open, I've noticed. That one's definitely closed, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, then the first of our dangling pieces here, Then we'll do that again with 1, 2, 3. Now you could use any kind of spacer here. It doesn't have to be these decorative jumprings. That one looks a lot shorter. We're going to have to switch these together. We don't want a shorter one on the outside. So obviously we used smaller peridots on this one, so they got the smaller ones. So it's better. And you don't have to use jump rings that'll open. If you have them, you can definitely use regular closed ones. Don't even have to use decorative ones. You could use just regular jump rings. I'll see how that looks. All those jump rings in there makes for quite a bit of spacing and such. And if you wanted to, in fact, I may switch it from the decorative jump rings just to regular spacers, because they're popping up and stuff like that because they have a bigger hole. So let's do that. Let's change the decorative jump rings to some regular spacers. I'll be right back as soon as I get some regular spacers. They're doing that because of, the size of the hole. So with a smaller hole, you aren't going to have that jumping around kind of stuff. So we'll be right back. Okay, I have switched to some daisy spacers. These still have a relatively good size hole, but they're not as big as the jump rings were. So let's just put these on. I'm just going to put 2 on the end here instead of the 3 I had before. Looks like these 2 are the longer ones, so we will put the shorter ones on first. So 1, and then we're going to put 3 daisy spacers like we had with the others. Then 1 of these longer ones. Oh yeah, that looks better. I do like using the decorative jump rings for a spacer, but sometimes, like in this instance, they don't keep in good place, so to speak. So see how that's much better now? So now all we want to do is turn the other side. Come on, let go, baby. Okay. And get these sort of evened out here. Now this one is going to go in the middle here. So let's get it wrapped up. tuck it in. And then, like I say, it's going to go up here on top. So we will get our jump rings here. And like I say, I don't think we're going to need the chain after all. So we'll put a jump ring on this pretty here. And then one on either side of the bars. Now the next thing to do is to take our last jump ring that we had, and it looks like I'm a little shy with my jump rings. I thought I had plenty, but I'm going to have to get a couple more. So what we do then is we're going to get this one on this side, then our one on our little decorative piece, and then let that drop down. Come on, you. Get this one. Up here where we can get hold of it properly. And something in here is twisted. I can see it right now. So go through this one. Okay, now the ear wire. And close it up. And I think she's good. So there is that earring. So now to do the other, we have to do exactly the same thing to get it to go properly, like so. So we'll do the little wind on one of these sides. And then we're going to have to get all of our bits and pieces here together. Come on, babies, where's your holes? There's one. Come on, babies. Okay, there's two. Oops, it fell back off, dang it. Stop falling off. Okay. Now this little guy has two. That's our upper one. One. And two. And lastly, our rose quartz with 5. One, two, three, 4. Is it 4, 5? Yeah, it is. But the last one is tiny. Let's see what we got for tiny here. Guess this is it. Okay. Those all are extra. So we'll set those aside so we can put them away when we get to that point. And we'll start wrapping up these babies. Now that we've got our bins in place, well, let's put this one in too. We will take our stepped bell making pliers and do our wraps. So up and around and down, over, come over around, and straighten her up. Now that we've got all that done, let's wrap these guys up. Okay, now that we have all those wrapped up, we'll start putting our pieces together here. So we'll want, to follow the example of this one, we'll want 2 of these here. Then the first of these. Now you could put those in jump rings if you wanted to, and they dangle a little bit lower. I just don't. I just didn't do so. Actually, they might even hang a little straighter than mine is doing if they were on a jump ring. But I didn't think of that at the time, and that one's finished. So we're not going to pull it apart just because the dangle sticks out a little bit at the bottom here. So... One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and looks like we need one more of our but just one. There we go. It's all put together. So now we want to get our stepped bell making plier again and turn this very last little loop here. Well, I shouldn't say last because we haven't turned the loop of the little guy up there that's going to go in the middle. In fact, that is our next step. So let's... Actually, I have wrapped it. I just haven't done the wrapping itself. So we'll take hold of here and do that. Whoop. Tuck this. Looks like I need one more jump ring of this size, because here's the one for this other side. Now I just need the jump ring to put them all together with. Go. Okay, now we'll close this up. And there is our second earring. So there we go. There are the earrings made from the Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossoms. Those pretty. Anyway, there we go. I think they turned out pretty cute. I hope you like them, and I hope you enjoyed making these with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and again, these are beads using our Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossom. Bye-bye.